Hello and welcome everybody to another blah 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 boo doo boo. Am I centered? No.
Put that cookie down!
Why are you? It's my girlfriend. What are you up to on this cold day? Filming. Right. Alright, anyway. Hello and welcome, and today we're going to be reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. My kids are out there making noise. Hello and welcome everybody, my name is John Ramel and today we're reviewing...
Put that cookie down! Now!
Stop it. I'm going to show this to her. Hello and welcome everybody, my name is John Ramel and today we're going to be reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. I was actually pretty excited for this movie release. I don't know why. I've watched them all. Godzilla, Kong, Skull Island, Godzilla King of Monsters. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, one of those things where, oh, you know, we're going to go into this and, you know, big monsters fighting monsters, stuff like that. You know, I adored Pacific Rim when everybody, or at least a lot of the people I knew, were really dogging on the Pacific Rim movie. They didn't like it for one reason or another. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, just amazing, but whatever. So, you know, these movies, Kong, Skull Island, I thought that was actually quite a bit of fun to watch. Godzilla King of Monsters, that was pretty silly, you know, but I had a good time with it for the most part. There were some, like I said, it was getting pretty silly. There was the dad, the dude. I'll get to him in just a second. So I was pretty excited for this because, I mean, come on, Godzilla, Kong, we're going to be facing off. This is going to be great. Right off the bat, right up top of the video, just so everybody knows, any time that those two were on screen together, fighting was absolutely amazing. It was phenomenal. I mean, just granted, a lot of the money shots were already in the trailer. You know, King Kong decking Godzilla in the face or nailing him with the axe. But every second of those two being on camera and going at each other was absolutely gold. I would imagine that's what the whole world came for. If you came into Godzilla vs. Kong, you came for the Godzilla vs. Kong, and it was good. Every second of it was good. Now, that being said, you expect a certain level of goofy, silly. This is just kind of ridiculous because that's what they are. They're ridiculous. It's like going into a Michael Bay movie and expecting to judge it as on the same like level of critique as you would judge like a Martin Scorsese film. It's just not the same. If you go into a Michael Bay movie expecting a Michael Bay movie, you normally aren't going to be let down. I went into this monster movie expecting a monster movie, and pretty much within the first 5 minutes, the thought that I had was, wow, this is dumb. Not like, this is dumb fun. No, just flat out, this is dumb. And I guess we'll start with that guy. You know, the one guy, the dad from the last movie, who's kind of like the magical walking human MacGuffin. If the scene needed somebody to know something, he knew it. If the scene needed somebody to walk through the door at a specific second, he was the guy. Anything that was magical that needed to happen, he was the magic. And it was like the writers sat down this time around and was like, you remember that guy from the last movie? You remember him? Yeah, we remember him. Wouldn't it be cool if he had 2 scenes and he was the most useless character in this entire movie? Oh, genius. Anyway, not that the human characters matter in the slightest in this, but so I guess he got his time in the sunlight in the last movie, and we're done with him now. We've moved on to Skarsgård, Tarzan himself. Anyway, so dumb. It was just dumb. You want an example as to why this movie was so dumb? Heave. That's all I have to say. heave. It just came out. A lot of people haven't had a chance to watch it, so I'm going to really do my best to be spoiler free here, just FYI. But anything that had to do with Hollow Earth, pretty dumb. Anything they find on Hollow Earth, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Wow. Like, wow. This takes the idea of suspension of disbelief and just says, yeah, we don't need that. There's no efforts made whatsoever. I really need to just turn that off. There is no effort made whatsoever. In my notes here, I literally have written down, someone actually wrote this. Like, that's how hurt my brain was, trying to, like, really? So, and in all fairness, those fights were amazing, and I tried to mix in some good here, just so it didn't sound like I was just beating the movie down. I felt like I was really going to be mean to this movie in the review as I'm watching it, like, oh God. So I tried to put some stuff down here. So I put down, it looks amazing. But then immediately after that, I put, it looks really bad. Like, the CG looks amazing in parts, and some of this stuff, Godzilla and King Kong fighting, you're like, oh, that's just beautiful. I mean, it just looks so good. But then there's other parts, I think it's Kong picks up like a snowball or something, and it looks like some 1994 CG right there. It's just so bad. Or, once again, heave. Those things, trash. Every scene they pop up in, visually, trash. The little tails, energy tails, or whatever that stuff was supposed to, trash. Everything they do, their name, trash. The scale was done relatively well. There were some weird ideas visually. Like, it was almost like the camera was a GoPro that was attached. Well, it wasn't a GoPro, but you know what I mean? Like, the camera was attached to the fist or the foot. Your perspective was the fist. It was like, okay, oh, that's weird. I could see how it would be fun, but it kind of wasn't. Man, I wanted this to be good. And when I say it looked good, like, Godzilla and Kong looked good, but then even the human scenes looked good. Like, it was built well, it was lit well, the lighting was, I mean, granted it was all like neon lights and crazy brights, but it was pretty to look at, and that's always a bonus. I'm always into the pretty things to look at. That sounds so strange to say. I'm always into pretty things to look at, but it's true, and it looked good. So that's a bonus, but and then, I mean, and I'm not even kidding, I got about halfway through this movie, I just shut my laptop. I just stopped taking notes altogether. And my poor son comes in, and he's like, you watching your movie? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, aren't you supposed to be taking notes? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't even know. Anyway, see, I came for Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, and I didn't even, what you get is absolutely phenomenal. But even that is not enough. They spend too much time messing around, dilly-dallying, following Millie Bobby Brown. Unfortunately, it was a letdown in just about every regard. And I guess at the end of the day, if you came for the Godzilla versus Kong fights, those look good. Those are really fun to watch, and I think they're done pretty well. And everything else that surrounds them, and I went into this pretty excited, or knowing that I was going to have to forgive a lot just to get to those scenes. And I was ready and willing to forgive all kinds of stuff. And then in the end, it was even more than I was capable of forgiving. Unless you're really into this kind of thing, you could probably go online right now, look up 5, maybe 10 minutes of versus clips that have been cut out and edited down into a 10-minute movie that they put on YouTube of just the fight scenes, and you will be much better off and much more satisfied in watching that than you probably would be in watching this movie. I don't even know how to rate it. I guess this movie will get a solid We'll say 5 out of 10. We'll give it a solid 5 out of 10. Straight middle of the road. As bad as the movie was, those fight scenes were truly good. 4.5. 4.5. We'll go 4.5. 4.5 is what we're going to settle on because I can't, I don't even know if I can give it a 5. 4.5. There you go. Godzilla vs. Kong, you let me down and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I wanted to like it a lot and I'm very sad now. Either way, whatever. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.